It's time for another Power Play show with Coach Frenchy, Andrew Lepage, in our tap, and Michael DiVellano. It's time, Power Play Show. Hey, yes, it's time for another Power Play Show with the hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchy, directly for the beautiful Sunshine State in Florida. And we have to go all the way to the north to find our co-host, Mr. Enoch Tap is in the house tonight.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation.
Welcome aboard, Mr. Enoch Tap. Thanks to be with us tonight. We may be possible, Mr. Bug the Monkey join us at 10 o'clock or something like that, a little bit later. Okay. And we're going to fly this show until when we don't have any question and we shut down this one. We're going to be, I want to mention, 2 weeks from tonight, Mr. Natap, Andy Sutton, ex-NHL players, is going to join us live. And all the questions you're going to ask, he's the president and CEO of the company, the Jersey Verbao, whatever they call it. But for me, it's Michael making the arrangement, by the way, so I cannot remember everything. But we have a few people in the house already, Mr. Nata, with some question. You're going to be the master of the answer. All the questions we have tonight, I just take a day off me tonight. I'm just clicking on the bing, 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 bang, boom. And we're going to go through the top five winner team, Mr. Nata, the top loser team, and the NHL on the free agency Frenzy 2022. And then we're going to go through all the new update we got today, Mr. Natap, happening for the last 24 hours. The Ryan Strom, the Darlin Strom, and everything like that. The minor contract like Victor Mété for Toronto. So go to fly this show, Mr. Natap, like never happening in the show tonight. Nobody's going to stop us. But we have to welcome everybody. First of all, we have to welcome back Mr. Vinny James Bond 007 is in the house tonight.
Hey, Vinny, how are you?
And Mr. Jose Duarte, moderator de Hockey Nation Live Show, directly from upstate New York. Welcome back, Mr. Jose Duarte. High five. The reporter with all the report, all the update schedule, whatever you call it, and baseball, football, wrestling, WWE, UFC, and everything happened at the church in New Jersey. Mr. RJ Calabro Sport is in the house tonight. High five, buddy.
Hey, RJ.
From North Carolina, number one player, the Detroit Red Wings, the Colorado Hurricanes, back in the house, Mr. KLS. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Alan Barnes, we love you, Alan Barnes. Thank you to be with us tonight. High five, Mr. Alan. We love you. Kimberly Anna, directly from the south, on the west coast of the Florida state. With Kimberly, always a pleasure having you with us tonight. She said, love the picture, the thumbnail. We kind of start to change the thumbnail, Mr. Natap. Just create some funny stuff for the summer. Summertime is time to laughing.
Good time.
And we're going to bring the hat soon in the head. But welcome, Kimberly. Welcome back. From Marietta, Georgia, Angelo. Welcome back, Angelo.
How's it going, Angelo?
What about our best friend, Mr. Roger Delaney? Welcome back, Roger. Always a pleasure having you, the member supporter of the Hockey Nation Live Show. And the brother, the best brother, unroll the red carpet, Mr. Natap, from the top to the bottom to the top. It depends where he's coming from, but he's going to go all the way up. And Mr. Nooner Roger, welcome back, Nooner.
Roger, how's it going?
And first of all, we're going to welcome him, Mr. Andrew Irish. Andrew, come here. Back and forth sometime, you know, and we appreciate every time you show in the house, Mr. Andrew. Thanks to be with us. But he has a question, Mr. Natap. It's a very important one. So me, I'm listening the expert of the game tonight.
I'm going to flip it to you.
Pierre-Luc Dubois de Montreal Rumor. Would you like him in an ab jersey because they were at Florida first next year and a prospect, or do you think this is a waste?
So we have Florida's #1 pick,
Yep.
Dvorak, and a prospect.
Yeah. Let's go with Jordan Harris.
Okay. Yeah, if it's those three, I would probably do it. If it's just that. Anything more, I would not. And I mean, collectively, I'm against the idea right now, unless you get a huge return. Like if you can get, I mean, the nice thing is you're getting an established in terms of points centerman with size again, and it's something, and he's young, so it could fit into our future programs very well, our plan. Uh, the bad side is you don't want to stray away from the plan that both Hughes and Gordon have set up by giving away some of your better prospects or some key players, young players that you already have on the team. If that were the case, then I'd say no.
Yeah, it makes really sense. Like I knew you were going to answer him very well, like you did all the time. I would just say to you, I think we are 1 year too early to jump in those kind of situation.
All right.
And when I said that, it's not like after July next year. It's maybe like during the playoff or the season's over. Now we go talk about June, right, or May, before the draft, before the agency, where we at, what we did, what we're looking for. And I think for me, it's too early. Because I'm worried about the draft, the Panthers.
Exactly.
It can become a 22 example.
Right, you're right. I mean, the only good thing I see out of that, besides what we mentioned already, is the fact that he would love to be here from all indications. And sometimes that's, difficult to find in a hockey player, somebody that truly wants to be where they're being put. So
we have two elements for that. That's one, and then second one, the size of the players, right? So there's a great center every time that. Now, if you have Zuski, Dubois, Dak, and Paul, an example, right? You talk about 6'2" and 6'2", 6'4", 6'4", or 6'3", whatever he is. So that will give you. The problem is Dubois, he never scored 30 goals per year.
No, I know. Well, you saw
he
that
barely
text
goes
I
60
sent you.
points.
I saw you today. Sent you today. Like again, you look at the fact that forget that he never scored 30 goals. He's been on two teams, and two teams now he's requested out. So that kind of worries me a little bit too, because it talks to character, integrity. What he brings to the game. Is he a team player, or is he all about himself?
Yep. We'll see what happens. We have anti-fully, but hopefully, Andrew, we answer to you the best we can about this. And again, if he's coming, I would be okay. But it's just I'm a little bit worried about, of course, the prospect. Is it Sean Farrell? Is it just Roy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we don't know the prospect they talk about. So we'll be interesting about this, Andrew. But Mr. Luc Lafortune is in the house tonight. Welcome aboard.
Luke.
And best friend, Luciano Graziano, back in the house tonight.
Hey, Luciano, how's it going?
$2 for $5. Luciano, I need to do something for you very soon about this one over there. Mr. KLS, I have a question for you. Oh, not this one. Not this one. But he said to you good evening, so that's okay. I can get it, that one over there. But it's supposed to be that one. Here we go. Capstrom, hey.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I thought it was 3.5, I think.
Yeah.
The AAV, so for 3 or 4 years. I forget.
1 year.
Oh, just 1 year. Oh, so
that's a perfect trait. Yeah, that's a perfect signature over there. Does not work. Good night.
Yeah, exactly. And indications that that's what might happen with Klingberg too seems to be very high right now, that he's looking just for 1 year at this point.
Washington, we're going to talk about them very soon because I love what they did so far. And by the way, it's a little bit for Samsonov. Samsonov Toronto. We cannot blame Dubas on that one there. It's 1.8. is does not work, good night.
Bye.
That's it.
Exactly.
And we have our friend Real Deal Prince. I'll be back in 1 hour. You want to come back only for the Frenchy quiz, Mr. Real. He win today. Congratulations, Mr. Real. We love you, buddy. And we have Roger Grenier in the top and the goat of the goats. Thanks so much, Mr. Roger. Always a pleasure having you. We always dedicate to get you all the time, Mr. Andy Kuivula. Welcome back, Andy. Back and forth.
Andy, how are you?
Jose Coast new signing tonight. Tonight it was a little bit the little bit later. I will update everything here from TSN, and I will go fly to you guys quickly about this, and then we can talk a little bit about them. You can just a couple of minutes ago, guys. Christian Wolanin just signed a contract 1 year with the Vancouver Canucks. Wolanin is a project of the Los Angeles Kings a couple of years ago, and he was also with Ottawa Senator as a defenseman a couple of years ago. Jordan Ben, Mr. Traveler, brother of Jimmy Ben, but not Jimmy, but Jordy Ben, now signed contract 1 year at $750 with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jordy was with the Minnesota Wild. He was with the Vancouver Canucks, one to the Tampa Bay, one to Montreal, one to Dallas Star. And I don't know, now he have a free pass traveling around the world with all the points he accumulated traveling with Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, and of course, Victor Mete, Mr. Notap, $750 1 year contract with the Toronto Maple Leafs, ex-Montreal Canadian, draft at 198 overall pick, been on the waiver claim by the Toronto Maple, by the Ottawa Senator a couple of years ago, and now again to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Considers what he can do with them. Victor Mete scored his first goal in NHL after 106 game and count from 1 to 106. The goaltender backup number 2, 3, 4, depend how you want to see him. Kevin Lankinen just signed a contract with the Nashville Predator, $1.5 million. We know Lankinen was the goaltender backup for the Chicago Blackhawks. Now with the Nashville Predator, Mr. Nortap. And then Washington knocked the door again twice. Matt Irvin, the veteran, come back with the team for $750. And then destination we talk about Dylan Strome signed a $3.5 million at 1 year. Strome, a product of the Chicago Blackhawks. Draft by them. And during the day, the Vegas Golden Knight signed Spencer Fu. 1 year at $750, and then Zachary Mananin from Finland, $750. Veteran Zachary, a great skater. We'll see how he can do with Vegas. Vegas accumulates some players, but they don't have a lot of money to spend. And Alex Limoges for the Winnipeg Jets signed a contract with no money. Audrey Palat signed a 5 years contract at $6 million, Mr. Notap. Late last night, the ex-goaltender drafted by Antoine Bibeau a couple years ago got signed with Ottawa Senator, going to play for Belleville Senator, signed at $750. Bibeau was traded to he did a couple of teams, Colorado after that. And the Los Angeles Kings returned now with the Ottawa Senator. Finally, Jacob Larson, another project going to be the defenseman, signed with the Ottawa Senator. But the biggest news of the day, Mr. Notap, Josh Norris resigned with the Ottawa Senator, an 8 years contract at $7.95 million. Kachuk, Shabbat, Norris, almost at $8 million each one of them. And then Nathan Walker at 5'6", 7, 8 inches. With the St. Louis Blues signed with them a 1 year contract, and that's pretty much what we got. Oh, the St. Louis Blues signed, of course, Scott Perunovich, defenseman, 1 year, and of course they signed also Joshua Levo, a product of the Carolina Hurricane, the Calgary Flame, played the share with the Chicago Wolves, winner of the American Hockey League, the Calder Cup. He was a player of the playoff, Mr. Notap, and the American Hockey League. This is the news of the Hockey National Show. Let's move on to the next thing. We are on fire, Mr. Notap. We know everything. We know everything. They cannot tell us we don't know anything. You are the man about this one over there. Let's see what's happening. And our friend Renaud is back in the house. Renaud, Sean Farrell is the same age as Kirby Dack. He should turn pro very soon.
You're right. I think within a year, he might very well be up with the team. He's put in a great camp so far.
Here's the point, Mr. Nata. The players take the road of the USHL junior. After that, the road, and they are born in USA usually. They want to go to the college. And the minimum usually, most of them is 2 years. But when you go to school like Harvard University, right, where they are really the top 5 university, and they have a free scholarship at 200 to 300,000 per year. Sometimes you want to stay a little bit longer to finish your doctorate or your laureate or whatever it is. So for me, I don't see Farrell again 2 years. I don't see quit the school.
Oh, really? Okay.
About this. I think he would like to complete his school one more year. Now, I could be wrong here, but I would not be surprised. You know, family want to be sure the kid, and the fact he's only 5'8", 5'9", the guarantee playing in NHL is maybe not there. I have my reservation about this one. It's another case with Cole Caulfield, right? Cole Caulfield was a Wisconsin Badger, and then boom, 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 he can leave, he can play in NHL. But Farrell, draft 4 round, it's another dimension about that kind of players. So again, I could be wrong here, but
no, I totally understand that. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, he's been there for 2 years now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll probably be 1 or 2 more years then. Yeah.
3 years, I think, will be the right things about for him. Is Joshua Norris deal is a B or a higher for the Senator?
I think higher because I mean I know it was a lot of money. I get that, but these are some of your key cornerstones of your team, and you have to ensure you get them for the long run. So as long as he can stay healthy, because this year he had a little bit of trouble with that at the beginning of the year. It's a great signing for Ottawa.
I agree with you. He should be the top center for them. After that, Tim Sassler is going to get that kind of money a little bit later. But I think right now, Josh Norris is the catalyzer behind Tkachuk, 34 goal last year, 30-something goal. And he's really a great hockey player. So for me, less or $8 million, that's what they get usually. And he's going to be there for 8 years. So I think it's good. They still reserve their money below $8 million, something like that around, right? They don't have no $9-10 million. So far, so good for them. And I think it's great. I think they can do that one more year. Zenit Gamin, directly from the Beauce, and Zella. Caroline, welcome back in the house.
Zenith Gaming.
Renaud, question about Mete, Ben, Len, and Toronto that you all.
Well, I don't know. I thought that they had some issues they had to resolve first. Like, what are they doing with Sandin? Number one. Number two, it looks like they're trying to without sounding condescending, but it looks like they're reassembling Montreal's blue line from 2018, 2019, and I don't know if that's the answer in front of Matt Murray. With Mete, I mean, you're getting a good kid. He's coming back home. He's from the Toronto area. He's a very good skater, but he's not very big. We saw with Montreal, he doesn't offer you much offensively in terms of scoring points. He's a much lighter version than Romanov was. And he gets easily put off the puck by bigger players when he's in his own zone. So I just don't know if that's the right fit for Mete, but I mean, at least he's got a good heart and he'll try his best there. With Ben, you're getting much bigger, a little bit more truculent, tough kind of player who usually plays a decent game in front of the goalie. Will take the body as well, but he's not going to offer you much more. His skating is very limited right now, especially at his age. I think he's been through a number of teams right now. I think maybe 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I will give you another way, but I think I like your answer. First of all, I tried to read everything. First of all, they lost Lipushkin. Lipushkin was a right defenseman, physical, everything like that. Jordy Ben is a left defenseman, but play a lot on the right defenseman. So that's the reason they push him. My point with the two signatures for them, is it the end of Ramis Sedin?
That's what I'm wondering, because I thought that was their priority right now.
Because
so
now if they add him, now you have Raleigh, Mazen, Giordano, Mete, Ben,
Liljegren.
And now you have him in the picture. That give, of course, Lindgren, Justin Old, and DJ Brody. Of the 9 defensemen, 7 left and only 2 right.
Exactly.
And so I'm not talking about the Finland prospect.
Yeah, they haven't addressed their real needs, I don't think.
So I'm concerned about this. I think he could get with a right defenseman somehow at that kind of 750 or 800. Like Michael Stone from the Calgary Flame, 32 years old, better to Jordy Ben. And he can bring some offensive. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get there, but if you want to get him on the urgency, if you need something, at least you have a natural right defenseman.
I know.
I don't know. Like, I would love to hear from Luciano what he think about this. But he said overpay for Campbell is too long of the contract.
It's better than what they had, and you know he's put up good numbers. He just hasn't done it for a full season. But I think that's okay in Edmonton because I think Skinner's ready to accept 20 to 30 games maybe. And so he doesn't have to go the whole season. Eventually, Skinner will take over if he progresses properly for the team. But what it's done is at least it's given Edmonton and their players some confidence that you're getting a consistent goalie who will make the save, and they're not always coming from behind Edmonton, which was the problem last year, right? Whenever they were ahead in games, they would end up winning. Whenever they had to come from behind, it was a big hill for them to climb.
Yeah. For me, I think the best deal would be $20 million.
Yeah, depending on how you break it down. 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah, it would be a 4 years. So it would be, I give him 4 years at $5 million. The 5 year, it would maybe bother me every time. Now, at the short term, that's a good one over there. The problem, Luciano, is like they don't have a lot of goaltender on the market. And because you don't have the demands, is like you're looking for that. So, like Uso get 4.87. I think the amount is not bad. Like he said, it's a longevity of the contract can bother me a little bit about this one over there. So we'll be interested how he's going to get there.
It actually would be interesting to look at how the contract is constructed. Because if it's front loaded, for the first 3 years, that's a good deal then.
Yeah, that's something I can check for you right now here. Sometimes they did it, sometimes they don't. Cap Friendly is good on that one over there, but look like right now is 5-5, but you have a sign bonus 2 and 1 the first 2 years. So he got $25 million. So base salary is going to be 3.3. And then after that, he got a 2 signature bonus, Mr. Notab, this year. $1 million after that, and the rest is all $5 million. But the AAV never changed. So so he's still at AAV $5 million. And they have a movement, no MNTC.
Yeah, for 10 teams.
10 team, yep.
Yeah.
So that's what you got, ladies and gentlemen, about this one over there. Here we go. Let's move on to the next one. Renault. The Canadiens have over $7 million cap spending on forward de le Sénateur. Will the Brigand look for 9.5 on his next deal?
Depends on his performance, I guess. But he could be looking at north of 8.
Yeah, Renault. It depends. Yeah, exactly. How many years you get? 7 years, 8 years. Is it a team from your own team or somewhere else, because the longevity changed everything, right? And
Yeah.
I would say to you, he maybe is looking between $66 to $72 million. That would be a good deal for DABERNAK if he scored 40 goals. With that, what I expect will happen. Mr. Bard in the house.
You're welcome, Bart.
All right. We move on to the next one. Luciano, I'm just right behind the LT. I really hope he does well in third. Rams Bergeron. Welcome aboard, Rams.
Hey, Rams. Welcome aboard.
Yep, so right, Rams. Some friend website put him 5'11", some put him 6 foot. But you're absolutely right. I think, like you said, Cap Friendly could put him as 5'11". Do you know anything about Mete Ben? I think we just answered, Mr. Nata. We predict the future, so we see about this one there. Park the Monkey, be ready. We're going to invite you the next couple of minutes. And David, our coach, David Archer, welcome aboard. Park the Monkey, welcome aboard.
Hey, guys. Welcome.
Mr. Riff Raff, hey, Mr. Riff Raff, welcome aboard. About this, Riff Raff is, I think, is my buddy from Colorado. It's funny. Do the leave have the goalie, or should I expect the same result as usually?
I think the fact that they have 3 goalies that they can fall on at least takes care of the fact that you get an injury, they have something of value to come in. Samsonov's only 1 year, so that's really a no-brainer. I think that's a good risk to take. Murray is a bit of a risk because of his injury component, right? If he can stay healthy, it's a definite improvement for Toronto. If he doesn't stay healthy, we're back at square one.
Here, what I'm a little bit more positive at Luciano. They have 2 goaltender number 1 right now.
1B. Murray's a good one, yeah. But again, the health is the problem.
Well, Samsonov is a goaltender number 1.
1B.
No, but if you think about this, he was the goaltender number 1 for Washington for the last 3 years.
Yes, that's true. That's
right?
true.
So I would say to you, if you compare him to Georgiev, who is the best goaltender? Or who have the more confidence?
Yeah, probably Varlamov. Yeah.
I mean, so I think for me, they have a better upgrade on the goaltender. And so I will be interested how they get there, but I think it's the way I see that. Cheryl Farrell will hit 30 every year.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's not an easy number to get.
Mr. Derek Lafave, welcome aboard. Derek, I would say to you, just be patient. We don't need to make any trade right now. Sometimes the best trade is the one we don't do.
That's right.
And right now, Montoya is not in position to trade it's not pushing anything right now. We don't have to trade right now. Miss Kelly, welcome aboard.
Hey, Kelly.
She said, hi, Coach, in our time, Michael.
Where?
Maybe she see Michael, I don't know about that. Michael is there. You never know. It's an improvement in Oilers Golden Door, hopefully. I think so,
Yeah.
Andy.
Yeah, I think so.
I meet you. I agree with you about this one. Mr. Steve G is in the house. We're flying, Mr. Natap.
That's it. Steve, how's it going?
Bueno Dardes. Winnipeg Jet hired another goalie, I heard. Well, you talk about Dave Riddich?
Yeah. Riddick, yeah. Yeah, I think it's Riddick, yeah.
Renaud, Jose, Mete skate very well, et Benes has courage.
True.
Stratic, I'm late. Did I miss the show? Not allowed, Stratic. We're just starting. We're just talking about live. Don't be worried. I would be nice. I was going to say something, and then I'm going to get fused by the people for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But that's not a subject. Mete is on his prim. Renaud, yeah, the Frenchman number 7. King of Gamer, welcome aboard.
Hey, Jason.
Any Red Wings news or Canucks news? But it's depending. If you want to know about the news yesterday, they did very well. They was one a great team. Now the Canucks news, they get out only a few players minor today. Mr. King, like he just signed Christian Wolonin and Saint Michael. They was really not very busy after that. I think they got. I tried to get something for you. Vancouver, a lot of Vegas. Vancouver, Philippe GCP. Philippe DGCP player for the Rangers, or he was someone else during last season. That's pretty much what they got, Mr. King of Gamer. And the Detroit, you know what they accomplished. The Perron, the Andrew Cup, the Ben Chariot, King, they are on fire. The Red Wings, I'm going to talk about them very soon. Ottawa all in this year, whatever it is, about this one over there. Yep, Pierre Dorion is happy about this. Is Ben Mete going to play with the Leaf this year? I think we covered this, Kelly. Hopefully you or us talking about this earlier. I think so indeed might send me for Mr. Ross Stubbington, number one president of the Boston Bruins, Mr. Ross.
Hey Ross, how's it going?
Boston Bruins was a team with not much action. Honestly, they only trade for Eric Oula for Pavel Zacha. Eric Oula is another traveler. Obviously, they're really waiting right now for Patrice Bergeron and David Krejcik, Mr. Notap. Yeah. And the rest, they just to be healthy. And that's what they are right now. They get a couple of big, we'll see what they're going to do. It's been the forward defense. I was talking about saying they are all both defensemen. About this, Mete skate well and McDavid does. Not sure, Andy, is that what he was? Easy, Mete, I believe is 24, but I could be wrong, Mister, because I'm wrong a lot.
He might be a little bit older.
Really?
I think so. No, you got it. Hey,
did it again! 24. He's going to be 25th, Mr. Notap. But he just crossed the 24.
Oh, good.
I don't know. They don't tell me. Oh, June 7th. Here we go. So, sorry about that. I was.
You're always right, Coach.
I know, but if I'm in 1 year around, I'm happy. If you exit an hour, you can go back there, whatever you want. Last month, around French Canadian, can I remember his name? You're absolutely right, Rams. They can come back, of course. But if you come back at 37 years old, the girls 21 years old does not like you anymore. But if you are 22 years old, the girls cross the glass, she's going to look at you again because you play hockey. So it just depends how you see that. But
yeah, not too many do what Ken Dryden did.
When you return, you're looking more for the teacher, but that's not a subject for another time. Derek Lafayette did not have a good camp from what people are said. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Derek. Again, Derek, first of all, it's not like there was maybe the higher expectation, but the people was more focusing on the new players, the Owen Beck, the Lane Hudson, the Sakoski, the Philip Mazar, and they really what it was, not said Joshua, but he was not impressive. It's just where they are targeting, I think so. He did not play the same level like them because, honestly, he don't have to prove too much whatsoever. I'm sure he tried, but I think that the Ricardo people was more about those players I just mentioned. Joshua Watt, Derek, is really the next one. It's really the next camp. He's going to be invited at the rookie camp, and that's what he's going to figure out with him for sure. And possibly have something we don't know yet. So before but again, you're right. The people said he have a okay camp, not great. Renault, Louis Leblanc used first round, reached Montreal bus with 50 game ahead. Yep, that was Bob.
That's the Montreal
Bob Gainey.
The wanting a French Canadian.
That's it, Renault, Louis Leblanc. Yes.
I don't think it was it Gainey that.
Yeah.
It was. Okay.
I make the comments, Bob. I made the comments about Bergevin. And someone here in the chat told me it was Bob Gainey.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I think the LeBlanc, it was in 2011 or 10.
Yeah, I think it was the year before
2009.
No, 2009.
Yeah, that's late.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Rory, welcome aboard. Don't forget to click on the likes and ask question. I love it. What do you think about all the Pierre-Luc Dubois going to Montreal? Let's rewind the tape, live stream. Let's go back. Every day, Mr. Natap.
Yeah, it's good and it's not good, depending on the perspective you take. You don't want to stray away from the plan, number one. If it doesn't cost you too much, not a bad idea because he's still very young. He's a centerman. He's tall. He wants to be here. He definitely adds a physical nature to the game, and he can get points for you. Like this year was a very good year for him.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
That's pretty good. I would say Rory because what I said maybe it's still a bit too early. I think they should wait until next July or maybe during the playoff to see what could happen, and then they can make that kind of decision. For me, I will wait one more year. I'm a little bit concerned because after that, Mr. Notap, we talk about he never scored 30 goals.
That's right.
So hopefully, Rory, you'll get it. So why they signed to and not sending Kelly? If I could answer that one, I will, but I cannot read. Mr. Dubas, Luciano, he said, Kelly, are you surprised? It's Dubas. I just want to say the coach, and I just want to congratulate you guys on a great job through the draft, and French, you guys doing a good job. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Jose. First of all, we appreciate your moderator to be with us, to volunteering for this. It's a team concept in our type. You can see, I understand my role here, but it's a team concept. It's you, me, and other people. And it could be Andrew, Michael, Pagal Monkey, the Insider, the Yamo, the RJ, and the Adam, and the Roger, and you know me, like Danny. And it's a team. You cannot make this possible where we at. How we grow without people like you and many others, and including you, Jose. So thanks so much for your kind the statement. Inner cat for inner tap. Here we go. I love it. Steve G. Mr. William McClary, welcome back in the house tonight, William. I five you, Mr. William. Have you ever seen so many pissed off team after Goodrow went to Columbus, Islanders, Philadelphia, Calgary, New Jersey? All sound upset today. The sign still confuse me.
Where do we start? Let's start with Calgary. I mean, they're still in shock. But I like Treleving today. He said, basically, we can't have a funeral here. At the end of the day, we would have loved to have him. It didn't happen. That's his choice. I have to worry about the product that goes on the ice, and we'll start addressing it. Now, today I heard looks like they might be trying to go after Kadri. I heard that, but I see Kadri more returning with Colorado. The other two teams, I get their frustration as well because, Philadelphia was out of the game, I think. I don't think that they really could have afforded it.
Yeah, no money there.
Yeah, because if they could have got rid of JVR, they could have been in the game. But I get New Jersey. I think New Jersey
have for the best team of this division, have a plan B. If it was not Goodrow, it was Palat. And I'm sure Palat wait for Goodrow and say, look, if we don't get Goodrow, you get it. It says 5 years, $6 million, we get you. And
that's right.
That's how it works. Philadelphia have no money there. They have to get GVRR, everything like that, and that would be a mess up over there. And Goodrow is not going to go with a team where they at Philadelphia. Not, again, the fans for the Flyers, but that's where they are right now at the bottom of NHL. So that's number two. The Calgary situation, I don't know when they told them he's not returning. That's my only things. But I blame, of course, also the Flame. If he's not coming, guys, what we doing?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I agree.
Can we get Tracek? Can we get Niederreiter? Can we get, I don't know. I think that's what the Flames did not act quickly after that. And then for the Islanders, who knows, Lou Lamoriello?
Well,
He's maybe in Spain right now and doing something else.
Lou is notorious. He will not go. He will not get into a bidding war for
him. He gave him like 7 years. It's $9 million. If you like it, call me back. Or, if you don't like it, go where you want to go.
Exactly.
And that's what the age is frustrated. And I can understand him about it. I know player Kelly, I've given up on Kelly exactly about this. Well said, Jose. Cautions up. Thanks so much, Roger. My dad said that sometimes is afraid they don't sign him, he will sit the season. Yeah. Of course, Kelly.
He is,
but
yeah.
The way they manage right now, Kelly, they're not going to sign him, and they're going to lose a player right now. It's not an advantage for Toronto. Now you have a good defenseman sit at home.
Yeah.
So the players say, you know what? I'm not going to get there. And now they have to go in arbitration. That's the biggest problem there. Now it's not like he cannot negotiate because they offer him a qualification. Now they have to go to the arbitration, and the money go to, example, 2.2. You add that money on the salary cap. Now he said, I decide to stay home. Now they don't have to pay him. I understand that, but the salary cap has to stay there. So it'll be really interesting. I wouldn't be surprised they trade him, and Luciano is right. Another player could be out.
Yeah, and you don't want you never want to get to the stage where you go to arbitration, because the purpose of the arbitration is to bring out, as much as you even like the person, it's to bring out all the negatives. And then even if you agree on an amount, or the arbitrator agrees on an amount, it still sticks in here what somebody said about you, right? And your weaknesses. So it doesn't go away, and the first chance they get when they become UFAs, they're gone.
You don't want to get there.
Yeah.
Look, Coach, do you really think Montreal want to get better this year? I think without thinking. But it's different between Montreal and Chicago. Chicago they show for the rest of the league they want to get better, and Montreal will do around to not showing the most they can for the fans, and then they know what they are looking for. I believe they're looking for top 10, but honestly, if you think about this, Mr. Natab, they are top 5.
Yeah.
They are number 8 in that Atlantic division, right? And after that, and the other division is getting better and better. So would be interesting about this one over there. We're going to welcome Mr. Buck the Monkey somewhere. Here we go. Buck the Monkey back in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Buck the Monkey.
Hey,
about
Alex,
this one over there. Kelly leave out 21 again, so they keep making some stuff like that. Strategic. Edmonton also need a goaltender with personality. The team, offense, media can really behind. I think Campbell provide that.
To a certain degree, you're right, Stratic. My only concern that I've always had with Campbell is he tends to get down on himself, and it's always a mental battle with him, especially if he does allow a bad goal. Like he puts the weight of the world on his back, and that's not a good thing. That's not a good mental state to be in when you're the top goalie.
But if you've been to Toronto, you can play anywhere.
I guess.
About a mindset. Would be interesting. I still believe, I still trust him. I still believe he's a good goaltender. I think it's an upgrade on my eyes. He's better than Koskinen. He's better than Mike Smith. Mike Smith, they're great, but he's 41, 42 years old. So I think that's pretty much what's happening about this. Welcome back, David. I don't know, David, you have any Kansas City Chief in the chat. Mr. John Tudor, welcome back, John. The reason why, first of all, John, he signed with the Rangers. Secondly, they have already a Skinner behind Campbell, and they want to go younger. And now, right now, Mike Smith is still there, John. In that sense, Mike Smith will be out. Mike Smith can play. So, Luc Laforcine, the big problem with the league making it even for 3 more years. After the defend the day the league will win the cup is the day there will be no more initial team. Montreal, Mile, welcome aboard Montreal. High five.
Hey, MTL.
Unfortunately, pardon monkey, it's not against you, but we would like to Florida go down a couple of spots lower they can, and they get out the first round pick, first round. That give Montreal a 22, 23 selection about this one over there. I believe, I could be wrong, Mr. Natap here. Let's go like 26 like they have this year.
Yeah.
I believe that the value of 26 next year is about 20 to 22 this year.
Coach, you picked them to win.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
You predicted that.
Yeah.
Last season,
What's
you
that?
predicted the Panthers to win. Coach predicted the Panthers to win this season.
With all the move, Mr. Park, do you believe they are a better team today?
Well, no, because you're losing luxuries like Giroux, Marchman, Sherratt. But then again, the Panthers, with the exception of Marchman, they won the President's Trophy, or they're already 20 points ahead by the time the trade line deadline was. They added Giroux, they added Sherratt, sure. They still did great. But this team won, or we're looking to win the President's Trophy before Giroux and Sherratt even came here. You're looking at Marchman, who had a one-off season, playing with great linemen like Lundell and Reinhardt. I'm not sure if he can continue that with the Stars. He could if he plays it with like Sagan or Ben. Yeah. But I just don't see that.
We all agree they are not a bad team, right? But here's my point behind. Veterano, 20 goal, out. Marchman, 20 goal, out. Giroux, for the 20 game he did, is 1 point per game, out. And now you have to fix those 3 players by at least one solid players. And I don't see they have that kind in the lineup right now.
Well, the Panthers were having... Oh, you go.
No, I was just going to add to that. They really haven't addressed their, if you want to call them, the 2 weaknesses that they had going into the playoffs last year through the UFA. Like, they still haven't addressed, in my eyes, coaching. I think that he's okay coming over, but he's not a Joe Quenneville.
Yeah.
And number 2, have they addressed keeping the puck out of the net? Like, we still last year, let's not forget they won a lot of games in overtime or shootouts. They came from behind in a lot of games that they were trailing like 5-2, and they ended up winning 6-5. They haven't addressed that part, and so yes, they're very talented up front, but
can we see Mr. Natap the same level of hockey? Can Barkovs repeat the same thing? Can Huberdeau have 80 assists, example? Reinhardt, can he get the same thing? Can Bennett does? It's all those players, like Duclair, he's not there. 30 goals out of your lineup right there, of course. And again, but they have a great team. They have Barkov, they have Huberdeau, they have Reinhardt, they have Lundell, they have Wigard, they have Ekblad, and they have Bobrovsky. They have it's not. I just said, for me, I don't see how they can repeat. I don't see them the top 3 in NHL right now.
Sure, yeah, I can agree with you there. I mean, losing Giroux and Marchman would hurt any team.
At the end of the day, make the playoff and try to go round number 3. That would be a step forward of what they are. And that's the behind that, if you turn that. So
you look at the guys that get Nick Cousins, Colin White, those are defensive-minded players. Those are the guys who help you not get the puck in the back of your net. You look at Paul Maurice, he said himself he's going to address the Panthers play without the puck, which I like. We'll see if he actually does do that.
Yeah. And
then we'll see if Aaron Ekblad makes a step up. He'll hopefully finally play 82 games. Uyghur, I can tell he's determined. He's playing for contract money. He has to play his best hockey.
Yeah, it would be interesting to follow him for sure. Ro, we have a question, Mr. Natap. Do you think Hughes is actually trying to acquire Pierre-Luc Dubois?
No, I don't think he's actively seeking him, but by the same token, he's not avoiding calls if the calls are coming the other direction. And if a deal makes sense to Montreal and their growth and it sticks to their plan, or accelerates it a little bit, then they would be interested.
At the end of the day, and to resume everything he's just said, and our time is great, if any players make the Canadian Montreal and their eyes better, they will make a trade. That's who they are. And that's why they don't trade Petrie. That's why they hold their card right now. Because if they don't get what they're looking for, they're not going to do it because they know what they bring on the table. By the way, Montreal Canadiens hired 2 new people on the analytic department today. Yes. 2 smart people, not like me, but they did very well about this one over there. So I just want to share it with you about this one. Today, when we got to the next roll up the ring, promotion team of Freak for the Cup. Derek, Sandra, as the rookie season was very good last year. You do well. You have 3 years, but you're absolutely right, Mr. Derek. They have 2.55, 2.69, at 3.02. But Mr. Natap, he's 23-12 last year. 13-4. Remember the year before it was COVID-19, and that's he struggled. The first year was pretty good. You have 16-8-2. I'm telling you now, he's not a bad goaltender.
What's his save percentage career? Is it 9-10?
Save percentage is at .902.
Even lower.
913, but again last year with a Washington struggle 8-9. So I believe I will give them a little bit more. I think he's young, 26, surround himself with the right people. I think he could become someone. I love this at that contract, that contract, that signature. Yeah, Mr. Bobby, Vegas Golden Knight.
Hey, Bobby.
Senator could sign Matthews in 2 years because Zazev and that cap gave them 8.5 extra room to reel him. Yes, you're absolutely right, Renault. But what do you do with Jake Sanderson? What do you do with Tim Susla?
Yeah.
What do you do with Shane Pinto? And now I don't talk about Backstrom. I don't talk about the goaltender Zogard, and I can go all the way like that. So Matthew Joseph.
Yeah.
And you cannot. About this one, you sent me Matthew somewhere else earlier today. I don't know where you sent him somewhere else. Is it with Ottawa?
Arizona.
What?
Arizona.
I don't know.
He's going to go back there.
Matthew's really 1-2 punch.
RJ, Detroit signed a forward, Matt Loff. Thanks so much. Rory, I love your question. What are your thoughts about the rumor Pelé de Montreal? We did it. I apologize. Mr. Blackhawks fan 97 is in the house.
Hey, Nick.
So now, every time I see Blackhawks fan 97 in the house, I'm happy. I know he have an extra day in his life. I'm always worried something could happen to him because ever the Hawks make a move, I'm still worried for him about this one over there. Bruce, that doesn't matter. John, Vancouver as Bruce, that's all that matter. I like the Michael over there for sure. KLS, far up. Blackhawks, evident that. Larry Poitras does.
I think, I gotta say, the Canucks have one of the better top 9 now. Like, the Adam Mikheyev, they have Kuzmenko, who I really like. You know, you have another year of Puz Colson, and Hoglander had a better second half of the season. If they can keep JT Miller, Bo Horvat, that team good. They need to fix their defense, which is their
the right defense, the one I'm looking for. Andy, now Gaudreau is in. Columbus, are they going to have a shot at the wild card?
Yeah, they'll be in the mix.
Yeah, I think this is like this is the question: who is better, Columbus Blue Jackets or the New York Islanders?
Or Detroit, or Ottawa, or Buffalo.
Yeah,
because it's between that group right there. Yeah,
but who in the Metro will make it? The Canes and the Rangers are my only locks. The others they could vary.
My only concern Columbus right now is the goaltender, and they're missing depth on the defense.
Yeah.
Whatsoever, they are pretty good, but I think they are not enough strong on defense like Tampa Bay example. I know they are special, but like Carolina to compete. I think if they can add a defenseman, now they got Gabrielson, so that's changed because Gabrielson, Kavrirav, whatever his last name, is the 2 big guy there. You have Piqué, Pique, it was not a bad. You have Wawrinski, you have Bovis, that's 5. And they have the young kid over there. So it's not a bad over there. But it's a goaltender, Mexican, and did not do well Corpusalo the last 2 years. And Lenny want to sign there now.
Don't forget that Nemec might stick, right? Right from training camp.
Yeah. I like Yurchuk.
Just like Moritz Seider did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coach, and what happened with Jake Gardiner? Gardiner is still hurt, never recovered yet, Kelly. And I still believe he has one more year.
Yeah, I think so. He hasn't played since 2022.
No, he did not play. He has a hip surgery also with them. But I could be wrong here. He was almost at his end. Yeah, one more year, $4 million.
Yeah.
So maybe go back again and the long term about this. Does Giroux help Ottawa to get next step?
No doubt.
Yes, of course.
He has veteran presence.
Absolutely.
Talk about captain. He's the one.
Top 6 over there.
Yeah.
Would be better on the D with Cabrenson, I think. Andy, you're absolutely right about this. Mr. Jeffrey, welcome aboard. Welcome back. Do you think this was one of the better off-season for Ottawa? I just want to stream. I don't know if you have spot. No, that's all right, Jeffrey. And when you ask the same question, we like to mention this. It's not a problem. We want you guys to ask questions. This is your show. It's not about us. If people cannot show up at 9 o'clock, they need to put the kid in the bed. So we understand that.
Coach, can we see his logo again? Nick, close your eyes, Nick.
Wow, yes. Be careful about this one over there. Yes. Do you believe the family Melnyuk, the girls, make it friends right there? Do you think they are the responsible about this? Do you think they opened the book, said, "Look, guy Pierre, let's do it"?
Yeah, you can see there's 2 options that Ottawa going to take, and they made that first step towards a playoff window with getting DeBrincat. They could have drafted 7th overall. Who knows who they would have drafted, but they decided to trade that for DeBrincat, and that's really what jump started their soon to be playoff contention.
Yeah.
And not that.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
I would just add for me is like when you add a Giroux top 6, it's almost 1 point right there. I think he would bring leadership. He would bring experience inside that team that add very well. I think for me, that's a big step over there. RJ New Vancouver, can I agree a term with, I don't know, is listed or 6 foot, 1.83 meters?
I always thought he was 6 foot. But you're right. It depends one source to the next.
Yeah. Okay, reference put him at 5'11". So it depends which one. But if you can put a puck in the net, I don't really care.
Exactly.
Luciano, I hope the best for Ottawa, but this could also backfire.
I'm not sold on that. I still think they have the same core, and they're a good team. It's just that every year there's something that's come up that's kind of derailed them a little bit. I think last year they had some injuries.
It's all about their start, Mr. Notab. The last 2 years, they have like 3-13. Like they show up at the second. They don't know the season start October, guys. We don't start in January. It's October. So stop to Halloween and be ready for Christmas.
That's right. And they've solidified their goaltending situation that they hadn't in the past. So that's going to be a big help. But this is where somebody like Giroux will make a huge difference. If he sees that players are slacking around and they're not involved in the game early on in the season, he's going to get them to that point.
Great point right there. I will say one more thing about this. It's all depends, Luciano, the expectation. If they expect now to finish top 10 in league, I think they are wrong. But if they say, you know what, we want to have this one out to get a chance to make the playoff, and if we are getting close and they lose, like they finish 5th and they are like 3 points behind, I think for them it's another step closer where they at. It's all about can we become better. If they do reach this, I think overall that's a good year, Mr. Nata. I don't see if they think they don't make the playoff, it's a failure. It's just how they're going to get there. And if they improve their team, the point, the way they play, everything like that, But they are young, they are dangerous, they can score the goal. They have Norris, they have Pedersen, they have Kachuk, they have Souza over there, they have CLOUTIER over there, they have Fomenton, they have Joseph, they have Pinto, they have the Russian kid, Kilicek, they have Sanderson, they have Shabbat, they have the goaltender. Like, wait a minute. They have a good team there.
They do. I still think they have one. When you look at their first two lines, it probably ranks in the top 3 to 4 in the NHL.
Yep. King, do you believe it will be the same 3 Atlantic team finish top 3 of the season? Florida, Toronto, Boston, or do you believe it's an Atlantic team? What do you put Tampa Bay, buddy?
Yeah, Florida, Florida, Toronto, Tampa. I think Boston will take a huge step off. I mean, they're going to have these huge injuries. Marchand, you're talking McAvoy. I mean, that's hard to recover.
See, the thing is, they're going to be injured probably until American Thanksgiving, at least. Some of them.
Yeah.
And so right there, that's going to take it's going to make the uphill battle very difficult for them to get back into a playoff spot.
Yep.
Plus, new coach.
What?
Yeah, that's true.
You have a new coach, too.
Yeah.
But Marchand might take a while for him to get back, or McAvoy might take a while to get back with this new coach.
Mr. Super Drew 932, welcome aboard. Nam Paul, welcome aboard. I think, guys, you have to remember, that's remind me a little bit like the Islanders. Islanders never catch up everything, right? They always were behind. They finish strong with 15 and 22 games, something like that. But the same thing could happen to Boston. They will be behind maybe 6 in the division, and now they have to run after 4 teams, 2 on each division, and they will never catch up, and they will miss the playoff, I think. For me, they are not there yet. Because looking at the l'honneur, puis que ça, it's be awesome to see some new team in the playoff, like Detroit, Columbus, whatever. I agree. New team is always great, Andy. Maybe you're going to put Montreal in 2-3 years. I don't know. He did not put Montreal yet, but
hold on to the thought.
King of Gamer, Christian DUARTE or Pierre-Luc Dubois, who is the better overall players?
Pierre-Luc Dubois has a higher roof.
Yeah, for sure.
Pierre-Luc Dubois, Dvorak, King.
Dvorak is consistently like a 40, 45 point man. I think the roof for Dubois is much higher.
He's one step over.
Yeah.
And he's got size over him, too.
Mm. Yeah.
Another problem, Rory, you can ask anytime and just stay around here. We apologize, guys. We not answer you right away because we have a lot of people. We don't miss any question. You are important for us. So patient with us. Go get some beer, wings, coffee if you have to. It's up to you. But don't go nowhere. Stay with us. And click on the likes. That's the most. Smash the likes. We did not get anyway. We get it a little bit later. Is there a chance if they expand the NHL that Quebec will get another team again? I used to be an Arctic fan, Barbie. Oof.
Unfortunately, not.
We love Danny. Danny T, the captain, the moderator, is a big fan of Quebec Nordic. I don't see that yet, Bobby, unfortunately. Where I don't like Quebec, but I like the jersey, but I would like to have Quebec, Mr. Notap, and the hockey and the NHL. I'm not against them, but because all we know, I don't think so they will happen. I think they will put another team in Texas or in Kansas or somewhere else before Quebec. Unfortunately, they have the rink, they have the people winning. I think it could be a great market, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Glad, Bobby, you like the Quebec Nordic. Anything, Mr. Notap?
No, it'll be difficult to put any team in Canada anymore at this point. Maybe under a different regime when Bettman's not around. Maybe.
Do you think, like, you add, like, let's say a team in Salt Lake City, a team in Houston. Do you move some of the West Coast teams like Nashville or Chicago to the East? Because the East has plenty of teams.
Yeah.
Like you even have West teams on the East. Like
about this, it would be hard, right? So I don't think so. It could happen about this one over there. But Quebec North score by number 32, Del Hunter. Assisted by number 16, Michel Goulet. And number 2, Wally Weir. And 52, Adam Foote. Whatever. There we go. Still remember. That's another story. RB. Welcome aboard. RB. They'll be like R and B, but it's another story. If PND won, sorry about that, want to come on trial, wait until he has FA in 2 years, we'll get his up. You read my mind, Mr. RB. Why? Why?
You're right. You're right.
Let's go. Right now, we have to swim where we at. Don't go to the ocean. You can swim at the lake right now. We are good in the lake. We don't need to go to the ocean right now. In 2 years, we can jumping in the ocean. Then we can go. It's like fishing, right? You fish in front of you at the house. Then you take the boat. And then after that, you go to the ocean to get the bigger fish. That's the same thing right now. We're going to get the bigger fish in 2 years, Mr. Nota. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I start in the kiddie pool first and then work my way.
Here we go. You can start smaller. You can start right there in the kiddie pool, and you can go from that part over there. It's like wings holders. You can wings like medium. You can go hot, and then you go spicy. You can hot barbecue,
Suicide.
and it's getting more and more. And when you go higher, now the beer is coming faster. That's the trend between that one. That's not a subject right now. We cannot get out of the subject, Mr. Natap. DUARTE is better saying is cap. It is no, but you cannot consider a player a Renault with a salary. You consider the players with who they are. So it's like he scored 15 goals and then one scored 20 goals, but he make less money. It's not how they compare. As a quality hockey player, that's why you said. We know they have a good contract at $4.5 million. I agree with you about this, Mr. Renault, about this one over there. Sorry, Kelly, can you remind me what place the app finished last? Yes. You're right. LUCIANO, we finished last. But I don't know who beat Toronto 2 years ago in the playoff. That's another subject we can do another
even
time.
Last year. Yeah. Even last year.
I thought Coach said last night the Leaf were the best team in the division. I believe they are.
Yeah.
I believe they are. I still believe right now what they got, they are a little bit better to Florida Panthers. I'm a little bit worried for the Panthers, the mix of the new coach. I think they're not going to struggle. I still believe it's going to be Toronto, Florida Panthers, and then Tampa Bay, and the mix of Boston, Detroit, Ottawa, Buffalo. Mm-hmm. That's how I see this right now. And again, everything could change in October, Kelly, and now they have a new player, so you know that. But I still believe Toronto is the best team in Atlantic right now. And I still believe right now they couldn't make the second round pick, the second round, and they finish first. If they finish second, that's another subject. But that would be something. Losing Goudreau hurt. Losing Goudreau for nothing is devastating. PLD will be the Abs, Tavares, Scler, and UFA.
Tavares was actually really good, though.
Yes, Kelly, coach said that to make you silent in the room about this new. He talked about I put. That's
a good one. Way to go, Roger.
Roger, you're the first star tonight. I got that one. I didn't catch it at the beginning. Then after that, about this one or that. Thanks so much, RJ, for Michael. Got a 4-year contract. Roger, please, time to go to sleep. Do you think Calgary tried to trade for Patrick Kane?
Not that I heard of. I didn't get any of that information.
Their right wing is great,
but it's not a bad thing there.
They have the money now.
Yeah,
because strategic is not. It's a great smart. They can trade the first round pick. They can trade the prospect over there. They have 2. They can trade over there.
Yeah,
and you can give them an extra second round pick if you have to.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. It's just, I don't know, SLATER came together. But it's not a bad idea. I like this about this one over there. Luciano puts 3 bed behind this. Jeffrey have a question. Do you think the Chicago Blackhawks would possibly trade Domi to Philadelphia in exchange for Greedy and a draft pick?
Yeah.
No, Gritty's holding out.
He doesn't waive his no move clause.
It's for me to see how long Domi. Now, he retrieve, he's going to be see back again, Luke Richardson. You know him very well, so it'll be interesting about this. It's going to be painful in Chicago, Mr. Notap, for this year. Pierre Martin, welcome back. Thank you to be with us tonight. Tim Morrison, welcome back in the house. Timmy, Edmonton Oilers, so both of you, I-5. What is Sandin asking?
More ice time to start off with.
Yeah, not to go against 8 other defensemen now.
Yeah.
Now he's asking more to get traded.
Yeah, he's like looking at Dubas. Like, you send the other 2 defensemen before me.
I think as Kelly's right now, he's just like, get me out of here.
He's waiting for an offer sheet.
Yeah. And again, if you get trade, the only thing can helping him is they trade Marzin, but it's a risk.
Yeah.
William, our coach, in our top, can you give me your honest opinion on Kadri? To me, there has always been something a little off with his discipline. That's obvious, but they are adjusting something. Help me on this, sir.
I don't think teams are willing to spend the term and the AAV that he's probably asking.
Yeah. I mean, you have to understand, Kadri lives on the edge, and sometimes in the past he hasn't made the best decisions. That's cost first Toronto and then even Colorado 1 year when he got suspended in the playoffs. But that's his style, right? He had he did have the best year of his career. Can he duplicate anything like that? I mean, you got to consider who he was with this year, who he played with. Did that contribute to his stats? I think so. If he goes to another team, he might not have that same luxury. And even if he kind of duplicates it for another year, is it sustainable? So it goes back to what you were saying, Puck, about longevity of the contract, and they're not willing to take the gamble at this moment.
Yeah. Especially he's 32.
I was trying to put him in Washington, but they are $88 million. It's no good work.
Yeah, no, it's not going to work.
Where does he have...
You pretty much what you said, Mr. Natap. I would say to you is sometimes, William, it's like anything else. I'm sure you're not young. So life changed you, right? You get experience, you get more wisdom, you make better decisions, and that's life. I think that's what you got now. You got the maturity as a hockey player. He is at the right chair with Colorado, second chair, and you cannot be number 1 chair. And you have to play with an offensive team like Colorado to make that kind of point over there. If not, it's going to become a 70 point and play as a single center. That would be great. Which team can you offer him right now? It's limited. His best is Colorado. Colorado try to figure out how they can get him, keep him, and what's going to be the next move. Is it Samuel Girard? Is it Eric Johnson? Can we take to do that? That would be the biggest thing about this. Thirdly, I would say when you been on the edge, you get suspended 2-3 times and cause those kind of problem, you always be reminder. Logan Bayou is going to be reminder all the time, whatever he did, and he did nothing for the next 5 years. It will always remind this all the time. So, Kadri, whatever is clear and clean for the next 3 years, at 35 years old, they will remind him, but he did this. He did this. But I think it's for him to deal with that part over there. And when he play on where he's supposed to be, I think he's a great hockey player. Again, a center, a second center, a 70 point per year, a 20 goal, 50 assists. That's where he is in my book. About forechecking, play well. I think for me this year, it was not his best year, but his skill was better. His skating was better. His stick angle was better. The vision was better. I think for me, that's what I believe he can repeat what he did. Maybe not 80, 90 points, but I think he have a good chance to be, again, a great second center in NHL, maybe the top 5 best center. Look like you all agree with me. Let's move on to the next thing. I want to see Bergeret go to Columbus or Detroit, maybe Carolina or Dallas.
I don't think any of those teams have the money now. Maybe Detroit, but that's it.
Detroit would be.
But nice they have so many like wingers now. I mean, you're talking Perron and Zadina. I mean, do they give up on Zadina? Zadina for Puljujarvi?
Well, Detroit have something over there they can get over there. The Carolina that would cost you a Martin Nekash.
Yeah.
Hey, what?
And Dallas, they don't have maybe Kuryanov. But
yeah, I guess
on those teams, I'm sorry, Mr. Natal. I think Detroit and Carolina can provide something to the Edmonton.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what does Detroit do with Bertuzzi? Because for a while they were discussing about trading him.
He cannot be in Canada.
No, I know, but I heard that they were quite upset at the fact that he was the only player that wasn't immunized, and
I understand you mean
Canadian teams. So they were looking at the fact that they might trade him over the summer. So,
but Jeffrey, we love you, emoji. Glad you find us. Hopefully, see you again. And we have a Nick Blackhawks 97, a fans of the Blackhawks. We love the Blackhawks, honestly, Jeffrey, and we feel the pain. And it's the bad news is just the beginning, but we'll see what happens. I would take him in Detroit if he bought in. Is not sure he's an Eisenman guy.
True.
Yeah. Anita Reason, New Jersey. Vinny Brunita, apologize. Cup, Perron, Chariot, Caleb, KLS is on fire. Like he remind me a lot Steve G. They like it. And then Andy in the third round about this. I love it. That's what it's supposed to be. How point does Timmy get with Giroux? How many points?
That depends.
Yeah, I mean,
it really does. Like, will he play with him?
He's capable of,
30 goals.
Goal wise, point wise, maybe north of 65, 70.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Francois Pitt, welcome back.
Hey, Francois, how are you?
Montreal, you missed nothing. Francois, Tampa Bay, not much. They signed someone like defenseman, something like that, but nothing much about this. Renault, Philly would be crushed losing credit for only Domi. That would be a bad trade. I agree with you about this one. Coach, for Bud, do you really think that your team out that ACA Cup? What you said?
Yeah, what's AKA?
Is there a contender to win the Stanley Cup?
They still are. I mean, Duclair will come back eventually. Talking about 30 goal scorer comeback. Sure, that may not be great in the playoffs, but then you don't need a whole. We saw with the Panthers, they didn't win a single game in the second round with all these talents. Like you're talking Barkov, Huberdeau, Bennett, Verhaeghe, Reinhart, Duclair, Giroux, Lundell. I mean, Marchand was injured, but nobody showed up.
The Ekblad hurt them. The injury, sure. Ekblad, I don't think so. He played at 100%.
Yeah, I don't think it's 100% either. And then it kind of threw everything off balance. You know, you had the line mixing, the power play didn't work. 1 for 27. They're going to have this new run. I still believe they're going to make the playoffs. We'll see what Paul Maurice does.
Brunette, it was also another problem in the playoff.
No doubt. I mean, he didn't change anything on the power play. You're talking, he used the same guys over and over again. Did the 5-forward power play, which worked okay in the regular season. Now you're talking the playoffs. Everything's way more tighter. It does not work.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
That was a bad move.
No, sure. And then he didn't make any line changes in general, like throughout the series. You saw some players that didn't work out. And yeah.
Yep.
We're going to have a whole new thing.
Goodrow threw a bit of shot to Calgary today. He said he loves the atmosphere in Columbus. Did that have some influence on his decision?
I don't see that more as a shot on Calgary, though.
Yeah, I don't either. I just think he's trying to legitimize his choice to people of Columbus, because I think they were saying it's a difficult thing to try to attract free agents in Columbus, especially when you look at the people that left there, right? Guys like Panarin,
Bobrovsky.
Laney, and well, not Laney, but a few others I forget right now.
Bobrovsky.
But Bobrovsky, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Duchesne, Zingle.
Duchesne,
Well, not
exactly.
Zingle,
But no,
So
I think I don't. It's a family decision, and that's what he want to be, and I respect that one there. I don't know. He's going to be applause first time, then he's going to get boo after that when he be back in Calgary. But after a close encounter with the Chariot experience, are you surprised by his Detroit deal? It looked like so long and expensive.
I'm super surprised by his deal. What Sherratt is, he's 30 or 31. Coach.
31.
Is he 30? Yeah. So this is what end when he's like 35, 36.
He got 4.75. I think the longevity of the contract is not bad for me. If he get 3.5, he should be below. Like Mike Delano said yesterday, guys, he should be $1 million lower.
Yeah.
And I think that would be the right dance for that
1 year less.
And 1 year less, yeah.
But he's gonna play with Slater. He's gonna have log the big minutes. We'll see where his point production goes, but he's gonna eat your minutes with Slater.
Yep.
He's done with Weber, with Ekblad, with Bufflin, so
Yeah.
They leave Kubalik. I think we forgot Kubalik, right?
Yeah.
we'll see. He had an off season last season. We'll see what he does.
I think it's 1
just
year,
like
so that's a good one. 2.75, I think. 250.
I believe so. Something.
For all the three of you, where do you see Vancouver finishing next year? Are they a playoff team?
With the way the Pacific is, they could easily be one. I mean, they're better than the Ducks. They're better than the Sharks. Now you have that weird, edge. Yeah, like is Vegas going to drop off? They lost Pacioretty.
Honestly, King,
is a mess.
Yeah, I think they are. I think Bruce Boudreau, when you pick up the pick, they play for 600 something like that. I think they are. If they play the same level they did, and they add the Russian kid over there, they add Mikheyev. I think Mikheyev is better what they play in Toronto, in my book. I know it's $4 million, but I think he can score 20 goals. I think they are. They're missing maybe a piece of the puzzle on the right D, but they are in the mix. For my book, they are in the mix. I don't know if not that.
It's going to bounce back.
Yeah,
I
agree.
They're not playing with Elias Pettersson good.
Yeah, and now they have two Elias Petterssons. But
yeah,
but yeah,
they have a good one and a bad one.
And a bad one.
Just kidding.
So I mean, you have LA and Edmonton that'll probably be your top two teams in the Pacific. I think Calgary becomes a wild card team. I think Vancouver does get in.
They could sneak in, yeah.
I don't have any clinics, but here a roll of paper for you till next season, Nona. Luciano, we're going to get you bag 245. I think it will be better. For if you don't mind, our Canadian is going to order a couple for us. Not a problem, Mr. Luciano.
No. Wait till tomorrow, Coach. The price will go down.
All the players from the Rocket play a certain amount of game with the big club, les Canadiens. 8 game, I think the NHL team can send them back down if that's correct. The number is 10 game, Pierre, so he can play 9 game and then he cannot come back after that. About this.
Well, they lose a year of their eligibility year. I mean, they could always, even after, look at Cole Caulfield this year. He played, I don't know how many games before he went back down. They're still allowed to go down. It's just they lose that year of eligibility, right?
Yeah. But that's what he's talking about, right? So he talk about the year that eligibility is a 10-game max. So 9 game, and you clean 9, 10. That's what happening about this one with the PRs. Great question about this. So Montreal is looking to see what they're going to do about this. At this point, I would not be surprised if Troy Murray got fired. Yeah, that's a good one over there. Troy Murray, great compete players. I believe Troy Murray was wearing number 32. Or maybe Steve Thomas.
Maybe Steve,
34? I cannot remember.
30. I'm thinking 34.
Yeah. Will the Abs showcase player from the Rocket to use a trade bait?
I don't know why they want to trade
No,
the other players.
I don't think they're going to go that direction, Pierre. I think they have some very good prospects. They just have to develop them. I mean, Laval's going to look extremely strong this year. Yeah.
Here we go. Your best friend, One Bat Steve. Love you about the monkey. I'm glad my name is not Steve, but that's a subject for another time. I want them to sign Michael Di Pietro. We got is elite One Bat Steve said, I think everyone should make at least one trip to the Hall of Famer in Toronto. I agree with you. Mr. Coach Frenchy, this morning's skate show, I think your team would tank for the 3 years to get good via to draft. Does that mean you think Shadow should try to tank this year? No. And I will tell you why. New building, new fans, you cannot go that direction. When you have a team like Chicago, Montreal, you can go through. We have a new team, you want to see improvement. They prove to them, hey, guys, we got Burakovsky. We got
Schultz.
Justin Schultz. I was thinking about Colin Miller. Justin Schultz over there, right? And they got another one, I cannot remember. Celtic, they are realistic. What they have, Shane Wright, Bernier, everything like that. All right? They think they cannot make the playoff yet. And they think they're going to be the bottom 10. So they're going to be another pick next year. And I think that's the way to do this. So they're not going to tank, but you have to give credit. You have to realize they are at the bottom 10 in NHL. About this. Without looking up, do you remember the last 4 Stanley Cup went from each division? You can look it up after you guess. Without looking up, do you remember the last 4 Stanley Cup from each division? You can look it up. Colorado.
Tampa. And
Colorado is a good one. Calgary. No, Los Angeles.
No.
On the Pacific.
In Washington on the Metro.
And then you have Pittsburgh. No. Washington was after, right?
Yeah, right after.
And then you have to go far away. You have to go with Boston. No, Tampa Bay.
In 2011, yeah, Boston.
Yeah.
No, that's in Atlantic, yeah.
Yeah. David Bro is a coach, not a doctor. Here we go. Mr. Terry T is in the house.
Hey, Terry.
Mathieu calls Chicago. Oh, yeah, he was talking about Chicago this morning, Renaud. Renaud, he sent him Matthews everywhere. Then Asham from Manitoba, we love you, buddy.
Dan, how are you, buddy?
Maybe the Blackhawks will be playoff 1993. No, Rangers. Not a problem, Jeffrey. We love you. Mr. Al, welcome back in the house. Al Edmonton Oilers.
How's it going, Al?
He said Oilers have Campbell is Stewart. Then you have Soupy and Stewie in the net, Spoon and Fork on the forward. Yeah, it's a good one. I cannot believe it. ESPN called Keith Yandel a good, valuable free agent. He was done when Philly shut him down and end his game straight.
Yeah,
he's retired.
I think it's ESPN.
He's done. He's done, yeah.
Yeah, retiring May 2nd. Or May 1st. Frank Zalazar, the Cubano, South Florida. Welcome back, Frankie, the big cigar. I'm right there. Florida. Here we go. He's right now on the beach. And follow the Dell, South Miami. We love Frankie, Mr. Traveler.
Yeah.
Jose Duarte. Coach, do you think Toronto will make a big trade with all the Kerfoot?
Well, no. They could, yes.
They can make a trade, but it won't be big for those two players.
Yeah.
With the death of Melnick and Ottawa, who has stepped into his shoes because over there some to be his friend atmosphere. His daughters. The two daughters did it over there. We have a new subscriber, Tumaki. Welcome in the house, Tumaki. It would be good with a super chat, the Tumaki chop chop. So it'd be great to see that about this one over there. Ottawa are fire, Francois said. D'Alba is not satisfied his last job in Edmonton, Calgary, Minnesota. His last year in Edmonton, he have up 14 goals on the first shot. Enjoy Ottawa. Any comments?
I think Talbot's still half decent. He had a good year in Minnesota. You know, he's gonna bring some experience to the young goaltenders that they have there. So I think it's a good move.
Between Campbell, Quimper, Talbot, who do you take?
Kemper first. Talbot second.
Who's the worst? The three goaltenders: Campbell, Talbot, or Quimper?
Campbell. Talbot actually played in the NHL for a long time.
I will not take Talbot.
No.
Talbot's had up and down years. He's been very good at times. He's been fairly bad at some other times. But
his save percentage is it? Super chat! Sean B, ladies and gentlemen, the first super chat. Not of the day. I think it's of the day. Super chat, here we go. Super chat, chop. Super Sean B, $10. Thank you so much. Reverse, chop. Super chat, Sean B, $10. Don't go nowhere. We have something for you. Here we go. It's time for another super chat. Thank you so much for another super chat. A new super chat, Code Frenchy, up and down. I have to thank you, so people. Thanks so much, Mr. Sean B, about this one.
I love it.
What I was trying to say to you, Mr. Notap, is this part. It's funny because he have a good playoff until he reached Minnesota, and last year have 8-4. He played only one game, but in the playoff, he went only 2 series in the playoff.
Right.
That's the only thing I would say to you is, you know what I mean, he needs to step up over there. He's a goaltender like A- in hockey. Like he's elite, but not like a super elite. Consistency has always been his problem in NHL.
Yeah. Maybe a B+.
Yep. Question, just for fun here, do you think Sean Avery will fit working Rangers game at the broadcast both as makeup artist? As the band, he may be in front of he's going to be behind the camera or something like that, so you have to be careful about him. You may be losing him on the set. I have to go to get my coffee, be back later. So, but D'Alba would be better than Murray, Larry said.
He's great for him.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. Sean Avery should get into pro wrestling, the perfect bad guy heel. Frank said, I want Lenny. He doesn't like living in Columbus. Surprisingly, Frank, today, he mentioned he loved to be in Columbus. Sometimes it's an attack when your team changing the direction, the team looking better. Sometimes you change your mind.
Once you get a line mate, it'll make a big difference.
Coach, do you think the Blackhawks will do a tear down, a rebuild, or add piece to go current team? It's a burn all from the top to the bottom, Mr. Tim. The only way we'll see is Patrick Kane. I still believe they're going to try to trade Jonathan Toews at some point, Mr. Notap.
I think it'll be the other way around.
Toews will be a little bit harder.
I think they will take money because they have a lot of money. So they give him like half. It's only 1 year contract.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you take Jonathan Toews at $5 million?
For 1 year?
Yeah.
That's it. 1 year. A contending team, I think.
I think Washington Capitals, he had no money, but I think a team like that can be. A Colorado Avalanche at the end of the year, trade deadline. It makes sense. Like a team like they need something. Yeah. I think at $5 million, that would be something they can get there.
To either solidify a line or whatever the case might be, bring some experience because He's won 3 cups already, so why not?
Mr. Dan, why would the Rangers trade Cup?
They didn't though.
Money.
But then they not trade them. They're not holding them. So he was on the UF3 at the end of the year then. But do you give Mr. Natap 7 year a $5 million extra check, or you gave to Coop the 5 whatever he got?
Well, I like Kopp a lot. My concern with Kopp is the history of injuries he's had, especially the 2 concussions. And sometimes, it doesn't take much to be put out of action quickly. So under those circumstances, I'd rather not give it to Kopp. But
the problem with this, Mr. Roger, I can tell you one thing for me. Trocheck is a natural second line center, and Kopp is more like a third line, and sometimes he can jump on the second line, but not constancy for a full year.
Yeah, he's always been a third liner.
My only concern about this, what do you think Philippe Chedil think about this? 7 years, Trocheck in front of him as the third center.
He doesn't have the same speed. That's what worries me. See, I think Lafreniere is ready to possibly move up a line. Like he's getting to that stage slowly. I don't know if he can keep up with Shittle.
Very nice. That's what they done. I just hope we get a good season with the pack house run. And then thanks for comments about. Sorry about that. That's the 2 girls she talked about is the Melnyuk daughters. And well under days were quite epic, coach. Yeah, it was. Thanks so much, Mr. RJ. Angelo, lost the 2 team in Canada, will never get another team. Yamo, Jordy Ben and Victor Matidele, but I guess you talked about it already. Yamo, yes, Yamo, but that's okay. It's important you mentioned this to us. And question: if we bottom 5 team at the end of the season, for example, if we 5th, who do you want at 5th? Dvorsky.
Who? Dvorsky, maybe Carlson.
Have a defenseman there? No, I don't think so.
No, they're mostly all center.
Center, right? Yeah.
Like you have Fantilli center, Michkov I think is a winger, Fantilli center, Dvorsky center, Carlson center, Benson is center, and I don't remember any other ones.
One bad Steve, he said, I'm not worried about the Panther. All we lost was the third liner.
It's like day 1, like from game 1 of last season. Like not the trade deadline acquisitions.
Yeah, okay, but Duclair does not play.
Yeah.
And then you have who was Giroud took the spot of who?
Owen Tippett, but Owen Tippett was just a ghost on there. You can put anyone on that line and they still produce.
Yeah.
Defense still the issue there.
Sure, yeah.
Plus they lost Vetrano. Vetrano was
a healthy scratch for like half the games the Panthers played with him.
Choco, welcome aboard, Choco. How strict is the initial player diet? But we have to look for, we can call Phil Kessel, and we can ask him about this one over there. Kessel is number 1 diet in NHL. What kind of shoes do they get for meal before, after the game meal? King, I will say to you, every team now and having an opportunity to go to the game, they have a chef. He show up at 5 o'clock a.m. the morning. He cook for the coach at the beginning. Then he cook for the players, return that. They have a lot of smoothies inside the building and return that. So they have all guide with food properly every single day.
Food nutritionist.
They're all the nutritionists who eat on that. So,
except Philip Deneau, he's allowed to eat pizza.
He hit pizza after the game. They gave them that chance over there. One over there. Cousin a White can fill that role. It's true. Canada has done more of Canadian hockey any other American city. That's you all about this. It was only 20 goals. No doubt they can. Trade Wiggle, please. Get our Rock Team T. Welcome aboard.
Gators.
How really difficult to put him as the second defenseman for the Florida Panthers. And play on the one side.
Yeah, it's sure he's on his wrong side, but then I remember, when has Ekblad been this good with Uyghur? Like he's been on his Norris campaign, like his amazing 10+ goal seasons these past 2 seasons, and that's only because he's been with Uyghur. You look at his previous line mates, Mike Matheson or Keith Yandel. He hasn't produced nowhere near as good. He had to play more defense with those type of guys. But you look at Uyghur. Uyghur's able to be that guy in the back, while Ekblad can produce. And Ekblad's production has shown. He was top 8 in Norris voting this season, and he would have been possibly a finalist last season.
Yeah, look at the cadre in Buffalo.
No, I don't think Buffalo should say no. I mean, they have Tage Thompson, Dylan Cousins, Matthew Savoie in the system.
They have the money.
Yeah, but they shouldn't do it, though.
Steven Sieber. Welcome, Steven. Welcome back.
You can't link it in.
Yes, definitely. Connor and Grant. I think they can looking about another goaltender if they have to. Keep Wegar to Eglin as Saint Clembert. Do you invite Hudson to the Real Camp, Francois?
Yeah, he'll probably be at the camp, but he's definitely not going to be up this year. Like he'll be in the at the beginning of the preseason.
You cannot.
Why?
He's an NCAA.
Is he still? Yeah.
Lane Hudson, yeah, he played for Boston College.
Right. Okay.
He's going to be on the at the school. So
no.
I'm just thinking about an NCAA player. I was thinking about the rookie camp. Did Slimanik did last year? And fuck.
Who?
Slimanik. Manic? No, he was on there. Yeah.
He was at the rookie camp.
Yeah, last season. Yeah.
Last year.
I'm like 80% sure. I remember hearing his name.
Because I don't see last year. Aris was there, but
yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
but I don't know if he went to the development camp or not.
Yeah, it changes. I mean, Mackie Samoskevich, NCAA, wasn't there last season. Neither was Benning, also the NCAA.
Now I'm curious about this.
Yeah, for Montreal, like Norlander was there. Gooley was there.
Wow. Or Tuck.
So the rookie, they have Pinal, Mezak, Joshua Roy, Sir Ellis, Zimono, Duchamp, Campbell, Pertuzzi, Zerli, everything like that. Cooley, Trudeau, Ajax. Look like I was not there, but I don't know. It's Group A or B. Is it make some sense on top? I don't think so. Yeah. They are.
Okay.
The Panthers also didn't have Smilanic.
I think I want to give you the best answer, but
yes, Smilanic there.
Trade Ekblad, Frank said. Jeremy Jagger declared himself a free agent. He said he would like to play for Anthony. Yeah, we said that, Geller, a couple of days ago. Rigo is not worth $8 million for like 4.8. No, he's not $8 million. Gators, not allowed.
6.5 at the max.
That on Burns going to Carolina. He's big, strong, and can quarterback the properly move the park well, but getting old is slower. Exactly. Yes, but he still played 25 minutes indie. And the fact you play with Slavin, that will help. RJ, last one day the French was announced another major. Dylan Strom 3-point win. Thanks so much, RJ, to this. Ren Metallizer, welcome aboard. Ren, I think it's the first time. About this trade, Calgary, Jeff Petrie, Josh Anderson, Montreal, get Nicola, and Matt Coronato.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Jeff. All right, let's see that again. Jeff Petrie and Josh Anderson for Nikita. No.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Montreal gave. Zadorov just signed a new contract, Ran.
Yeah.
Did not Brad pick up Lincoln? Yes, indeed. They just got Lincoln today, a couple of hours ago. Thanks to remind England and the first for the conversation. How about this for the trade? Jeff Petrie, we just got it. Yeah, Lincoln to Nashville. Zachary McKinnon, 1 year, 7 confirmed today. Pardesi to Calgary. The problem with that is he cannot go to Canada. So I do not agree with Detroit that process regarding Pardesi. They should not put something on his body. He did not want him in. You cannot make a decision to trade him for those reasons alone. It's not about this King. Detroit Pardesi at all.
He's going to be a player that's going to be a lot of people going to be asking for in the market next season.
Randy and try to remember if Pacioretty ever played with KK on the abs.
With KK, no.
He got traded in that offseason, yeah?
He got traded before that. Who remember the time when Stu Grimson tried fighting Wendell Clark and the Hunter Toronto team for the Chicago Blackhawks? Coach Inata, you guys was hyped with Islanders last season. Where do you see them next season? I'll make better Stanley Cup. How not?
It's not good.
No,
Lou Lamoriello
I'm not going Stanley Cup again this year.
Like what did Lou Lamoriello done? What have he done yet? He's done nothing.
Yeah, but the thing is, we're looking at an Islander team that, despite all the injuries and all the problems with the rink and playing all those games on the road and the COVID issues, they still finished, I think, within 10 points of a playoff spot because they came out strong towards the end. Like, I don't think they're a bad team. I still think they'll be in the mix for a wild card.
But now everyone's older. I mean, they're relying on Zach Crazy in the first line and on the power play. He's going to be, 37 now?
Yeah,
Bailey
we'll see.
has not been looking so good. I mean, Brock Nelson, will he continue this great pace? We don't know. Anders Lee, he did great. Those were, if they can get Matt Barzal,
16 points on top.
Yeah, 16. You're right. Yeah,
they need to keep Noah Dobson as well. They need to sign him long term. He's still
the problem is everybody on most of the division get better. Only Flowers behind them, right? But behind them, Blue Jacket get better, the Devil get better, Washington get better, the Pittsburgh get their star, the Rangers there, Hurricanes there. So for me, it'll be hard to make the playoff.
It depends what Lou does this summer.
Johnny said, he almost said, Johnny Hockey is so small, Columbus cannot put him inside the cannon. Benny did better, and the playoff could wig out by far. Get her. Lenny can hide Kudrow on his back pocket. Real deal, welcome back. Johnny Eleni is Gretzky Coury. René Geneman, 83, welcome back. Do you think the Pale trade would be similar trade to the Eichel trade, but with less value, up and coming Blair for the first round, the top prospect, the Jet one Zuski on the package deal?
No. Why? You have Kirby Dach and Nick Suzuki. Why do you want Pierre-Luc Dubois?
They not trade Renegade Zuski for Pierre-Luc Dubois. The player they want to trade to them is Christian Dvorak with another prospect and another Belarus with that one over there. Again, Montreal 22-23, they don't need Dubois at that moment. Do you think Calgary is deserved to survive, maybe get Petrie? No, Iran. No, I think for me, guys, if Calgary is, I don't understand why they don't running after Nino Niederreiter. And Niederreiter is a copycat of what Sutter loved to have. A 20-goal regular scoring and he forechecking with Coleman at the bottom three. And they have Magipani and Toffoli in front of him. He's the player they need at that moment. You put Niederreiter with Kachuk, guys, it's going to be a fireworks at some point.
He's a blue-collar worker. Yeah, he's definitely a strong asset to have.
What is this asterisk salary cap? Do you have one? they don't have one King of Gamer in American Hockey League. Really interesting. Some players make 350, 450, 250. Then you get like they get 82,000, everything like that. It's pretty amazing. You see that those kind of money they give left and right, King. But it's all no salary cap on that league. It's controlling by the team own the rights of the players. That's what's called a two-way contract. Petrie been moving to make a room for Dubois. No. No, James. It's funny, a lot of people want to have Dubois.
I mean, I don't understand.
And I look about LDS, the fans for everything. I believe many fans of Montreal believe that team make the playoff. I think the many, it's not again them I'm talking about, James, but I'm talking about people, fans, on my YouTube channel. I make video, the comments, they thinking like hey, we missed one. We get Dubois, we make the playoff.
No.
We are far to be there. We had three plans, and I told them 3 years minimum. And they no. We cannot wait in Montreal. Kadri to Calgary is may have a chance to keep catch up.
No, I don't think he's going to Calgary.
Now, no. I will say to you, Kadri in Calgary works. Because he played behind Lindholm.
That's right. He's on the wing, so.
No, he plays center.
No, he's at center, sorry.
Yeah.
So you're going to move Backlund to like third line center then? I mean, like he's like $5.6 million for a third line center. It's not good.
No, second line.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean Backlund.
Backlund's third line.
Yeah.
Colorado want to keep Kadri. They want to make happen. Yeah, about so. Do you think D'Angelo Tozer will get along Philadelphia ready for the popcorn?
Did they ever play with each other in U.S. team?
Mr. Sean B, welcome aboard. Sorry about that. I'll try to fly up right now. We are at the most of the show. And our top is no Montreal has too many prospects. If Montreal want to play great hockey for the fans of Montreal, but also showcase some prospects, would be a good way to doing that.
Later down the season. Yeah,
they will show inner man and everything like that. Don't forget Tampa Bay 2 Cup. It was about to go with Boston. I almost get there, King, and then I changed my mind. I was going, welcome to the group, Tim. Lucky I'm back. Welcome back. I'm going to stay for this. Sean B, again, thanks so much, my friend, for the super chat. Chop. Well, I will take Kevin over Talbot. William, I think so too. Barbie, Sean, by the Cup 2023. Coach, can always do a cooking show channel. Chop. Yeah, I should do that. That on the second chef contract, at least he's not Darren Nurse or Zeb Jones money.
But is he a number one defenseman?
It will be.
It's a good money. I think they pay him very well. I think that's a good money.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be their number one defenseman, you know? But is he? I just don't. It just feels like a lot.
I
where do you
think.
project him, Coach? Like, where do you project his point production and his roof? What's his roof?
I think for me it's great because Edmund is getting older and older. That would drop him his minute. You give him 1 minute, Sergachev, and you prepare him to become your power play unit number one at some point. And I think that's a great way with that. And their book is the number 2 best defenseman in their team right now.
Yeah.
So
he's a 2-3.
Yeah, but it's 8.5 a little too much for a 2-3.
Who is in front of him?
Hedman.
I mean, okay, but 2 or 3. Who said 3?
No, I said a 2 or 3 eventually. I think that's where he belongs.
Edmund you talk about, right?
Yeah, he's never going to be a number 1.
Hedman?
Will Lettner make it to the end of the year?
I hope, for Vegas' sake, I hope so.
That locker room is going to be a mess.
And our tap for you. I cannot believe Johnny Hockey said it was best for us not to go back. What do you think in our tap?
He just wanted to move on.
Yeah, I think he was looking to get out. I think it goes back to a couple years when they put Sutter there. Even though he helped him get his best year, statistically, You could tell he didn't want to be here.
Yeah, don't forget, like Gaudreau was on the trade block last season.
But again, you have nothing against Calgary. It's the decision they want to be where they want for the wife, for him, and for because the hospital thing. He's already at the hospital today.
Yeah.
So he wants to be involved about that. He wants to give back, and he feels that's the right things for him, for his family. And again, it's not easy for an American playing Canada because of COVID-19.